Hello YouTube. On an excavation site in Oostgeest in Holland, the Leiden University archaeologists discovered a very rare silver bowl from the first half of the 7th century. Very unusual artifact. The bowl is decorated with gold-plated representations of animals and plants and inlaid with semi-precious stones. The discovery suggests the existence of an elite with a wide international network in Oostgeest. But there is more. And I'll tell you as we go along. Researchers are assuming that the bowl, which is 21 centimeters wide and 11 centimeters high, was buried as part of a ritual sacrifice. Such gilded discoveries are extremely rare. This one is exceptional because such bowls were usually made of bronze. In addition, they were not, as a rule, lavishly decorated with gold leaf. This means that we're dealing with an artifact that is unique, not only for the Netherlands, but for all of Western Europe. Until the discovery of this bowl, there were no indications of the presence of a local or regional elite on the Oostgeest settlement. It may be that in this period some members of the elite lived on simple farms, or maybe they had to hide there. The bowl belongs to the period of late antiquity. It is decorated with gold and garnet appliques and covered with paintings depicting animals and plants. Interestingly, the drawings are not just painted, they're lined with gold leaf. A golden disc inlaid with garnets is inserted at the bottom of the bowl. Based on these decorative plots, scientists have suggested that the bowl was made in the Eastern Mediterranean or the Middle East. So it came from elsewhere. It wasn't European. As for the images, on the inside, 3 large trees or plants extend from the base of the bowl. Plants divided into 3 parts. Each part features running animal figures. The first depicts 3 deer, the second a deer and a dog, and the third depicts 2 mythological animals, one of which holds a human leg in its teeth. These intricate gold applications date back to the first half of the 7th century. There are also gold rings with garnet inserts and swirls on the outside of the bowl. Such details are typical for hanging bowls. However, in order for the bowl to hang smoothly, a 3rd ring would be needed, and there are no signs of a 3rd attachment or even rivet holes on the bowl. This item may have been in the process of being made, making it a very rare artifact. Among other things, this bowl is unique in its kind. We already know that it is most likely from the East. However, the style of the drawing inside is very similar to products from Germany, and the hanging rings are more in line with English and Scandinavian styles. It looks like someone took an expensive oriental bowl and made it even more expensive. As for its applied purpose, the bowl was probably originally used as a drinking vessel or wash basin, researchers suggest. However, at some point, a small hole was made in the base of the bowl from the outside to the inside. This would not allow full use of the bowl. What kind of hole it is and why it was needed is a mystery to scientists. but it is known for sure that it was made on purpose. By the way, the find was discovered at the bottom of a small pond that no longer exists. Archaeologists believe that it could have served as an offering to the gods. However, there are some inconsistencies. The bowl is unique and very expensive. Its owner was clearly from the elite. Prior to the discovery of this bowl, there was no indication of the presence of a local or regional elite in the settlement. And this baffles archaeologists. Did such rich people really live together with ordinary people on small farms? And I will repeat, there might have been people who were hiding on the small farms. The silver bowl is currently on display at the Dutch National Museum of Antiquities, and is part of the Golden Middle Ages exhibit, as far as I know. And now you know where you can see a really, really mysterious artifact from the 7th century. We talk about mysterious stuff in this channel, but this is something you can actually see if you travel in Europe and stop in Netherlands. The bowl, which was presumably used as a drinking vessel or wash basin, is composed of a number of elements dating from different periods. The oldest element, the bowl itself, probably dates from the late Roman Empire, and the figures again seem to indicate that the bowl originated in the Eastern Mediterranean or the Middle East. The other decorations date from the first half of the 7th century and show signs of German cultural influences, while the bowl's suspension rings are characteristic of England and Scandinavia. Together, these elements symbolize the international position of the Netherlands 1500 years ago. Okay, maybe it was brought there on purpose, regardless of the position of Netherlands 1500 years ago. It's just something we have no idea about, but it would be great to find out more. This rare object was discovered on June 4th, 2013 in Oegstgeest on the grounds of the Leiden Bioscience Park. The discovery was not announced earlier in order to allow the excavations, which continued until the end of June 2014, to proceed undisturbed. The bowl was found while excavating the remains of a large village from the 6th and 7th century. The village was located on the Rhine and intersected by a multitude of small waterways. The bowl was found along one of these waterways. This research was funded by Leiden University and led by Leiden archaeologist Jasper de Bruijn. The province of South Holland commissioned the restoration of the bowl. On July 1st, the bowl of 2014, the bowl was transferred on a long-term loan to the Dutch National Museum of Antiquities. The bowl was integrated into the permanent presentation on archaeology in the Netherlands. The bowl remains the property of the province of South Holland. Generations of Leiden students and academics have done archaeological research into the early medieval history of Oegstgeest. This makes this old settlement one of the best documented sites from that era. Leiden University was founded in 1575 and is one of the leading international research universities in Europe. Its motto is Praesidium Libertatis, Bastion of Freedom. If you stand on the roof of the Leiden University Archaeology building on a clear day, To the northwest, you will see that village of Ustgeest. There, at a stone's throw from the faculty, a small village with around 6 houses once stood in the early Middle Ages. Ustgeest is one of the first ever settled parts of the Dutch coast that we know of today. The earliest trace of a settlement dates back from the 2nd century, when a Batavi settlement would have been located there. Between around 550 and 725 Common Era, around 60 people usually lived there, in a constant battle with the rising water. I am interested to know what exactly those two mythological animals were. Could be that one day archaeologists or historians will shed some light on it. But that's what I wanted to let you to know today. Usually I talk about Eastern Europe, Russia, Asia, Central Asia, of course, and the Far East, China, Mongolia. But sometimes, as you know, I will talk about other parts of the world, including the Balkans and even Western Europe. If you like my research, please kindly support through the links you find in the description to this channel. Stay tuned for more unusual archaeological finds and also about the paranormal phenomena updates from the countries and parts of the world I mentioned. Please subscribe to my channel. Please tell others. Please like my videos. Thank you.